Good morning, students. I'm a teacher of the chair Information and Communication Technologies, and now we'll learn the theme Prospects of Development of ICT. And the plan of this lecture is, and purpose of this lecture, to educate researchers about the value and impact of high-performance computing techniques and the technologies in conducting computational science and engineering. Purpose of this presentation to educate researchers about the techniques. Goals of this presentation are help you understand the big picture of high-performance computing and develop a comprehensive understanding of parallel computing. Content and the context. Presentation is followed by additional speakers with detailed presentations on specific HPC and science topics. Together, these presentations will help prepare you to use HPC in your scientific discipline. Prospects of development in the sphere of the IT market. Development of the free software, forming of an ecosystem of IT, of entrepreneurship, and support small startup of the companies. The free software, where users have rights on its installation, startup, free use, study, dissemination, and change and distribution of copies and the results of any changes. If the software has the inclusive rights, the freedom are declared using the free license. As a freeware and a free software, SPO can be used to obtain and usually free. However, freeware is usually distributed as executable without source code is proprietary, and to be free, recipients must be available in source code from which you can create executable files together with the appropriate licenses. Due to the fact that the world sale and call it the original sale and the distribution of copies for the money and the paid licensing, some still believe free software is a subset of the free. Prospects of development of e-technologies. The state program Information Kazakhstan 2020, the decree of the President of the Republic of Kazakhstan dated 1st February 2010, number 922, Strategic Plan of Development of Kazakhstan till 2020. The purpose of the program, creation of conditions for transition to basic information society. Program objective is development of it, ensure the availability of information and the communication infrastructure, automation of the activities of state bodies and the e-services, open government, the government of domestic information space. Here shown the characters of the new HPC systems. For IBM P690 HPC servers and 1 terabyte disk to partition across servers will configure a single system with single GPS system in 2Q0002. World-class visible HGI, Onyx 2, and front and rear projection systems. Electronic payment systems are a set of payment systems that ensure the implementation of electronic transfer of payments through the payment network or the ships. In an average day, through the payment system of Kazakhstan is of 119.3 thousand transactions in the amount of 753.8 billion tenge. The last payment systems are web money system of instant payments, Yandex Money, Kiwi Payment, service payment terminals. Web money is a universal tool for calculations in the network, the whole financial relationships which today are used by millions of people around the world. Kazakhstan takes the fourth place in the number of registrations and probably other indicators too. Kazakhstan is ahead of only Russia, Ukraine and Belarus. Supercomputing. First, IPC systems were vector-based systems. Now, supercomputer has little meaning. However, high performance computing has many meanings. HPC defined has this kind of characteristics. High performance computing can mean high flop count per processor, totaled over many processors working on the same problem, totaled over many processors working on related problems, can mean faster turnaround time, more powerful system, scheduled to first available system using multiple systems simultaneously. HPC, any computational technique that solves a large problem faster than possible using single commodity systems, customs designed high performances, processors, parallel computing, distributed computing, grid computing. Massively parallel processors. Each processor has its own memory. Memory isn't shared globally. Adds another layer to memory hierarchy. Memory remote and the processor memory nodes are connected by interconnect network. Many possible topologies. Processors must pass data via messages. Communication overhead must be minimized. Summary of expectations. HPC system will grow in performance but probably change little in design. HPC systems will be larger versions of smaller commercial systems, mostly large SMPs and clusters of inexpensive nodes. Some processors will exploit vectors as well as more large caches. Best HPC system will have been designed top-down instead of bottom-up, but all will have been designed to make the bottom profitable. Summary of expectations. Using HPC systems will change much more. Grid computing will become widespread in HPC and in commercial computing. Visual supercomputing and collaborative simulation will be commonplace. 3W interfaces to HPC resources will make transparent supercomputing commonplace. Change is difficult to predict. Accuracy of linear extrapolation, predictions, degree over long times, entirely new ideas can change everything. 3W is an excellent example. Grid computing is probably the next. Eventually, something truly different will replace CMOS technology. Here is shown current HPC systems, and here is given questions, and the test questions, and the references. Using these references, and you may find informations of this lecture, and you may find other informations at the web pages, and at home we'll be ready for the test questions and the control questions. Goodbye.